Hey, good morning, everyone. It's actually afternoon, truth be told, where I am today. And this is my episode of Before My Morning Coffee. And today I want to talk about what it sounds like to you guys when I drop my phone while recording. And also whether or not we are to be peaceful and still and idle in this moment, or whether that idleness brings with it arrogance. Now, let me talk this out, because I really believe that there are so many times when we are actually being called to be still, to be silent, to wait to hear from God, or to seek a sign of where to go next. And then there are other times where we like to say that's what we're doing, but really we're not acting out of faith. We're not acting out of trust that our steps will be guided. So instead we sit on the couch and we eat cheesies and watch Netflix and never move forward. Right? And I'll use myself as an example. I have been in this space of leisure and relaxing and everything like this. But a month ago I had a conversation with my pastor, who talked about what direction they might see for me using my God-given gifts and what I could be doing in that manner. And after that discussion, when I think about it, when I rest in it, what comes to mind is that I want to be a spokesperson for a nonprofit that deals with domestic violence or survivors of child sexual violence, or perhaps a different organization that I haven't found yet. But those are the two topics that definitely speak strongly to my heart. So those are, I want to feel of service, and I want to feel that the work that I'm doing has a purpose and that it meets a need in the world. Those are major priorities to me. And so I've been kind of looking a little wee bit, but not really, half-heartedly, not really asking anybody to show up and help me to see if they know of anything or anything like that. I've just kind of been tiptoeing around and not even really tiptoeing all that much, waiting for clarity if this is the right move, waiting to see if there is a sign, just essentially not doing a whole bunch to see this happen. And in that waiting, who knows what blessings I might have been blocking for myself. So today in the sermon, Pastor Brody was talking about some things, and one of them being that God does show up and move alongside us when we move. And if we're just sitting and numbing ourselves rather than actually being open and listening and creating a space for a listening ear and a willing heart, we may be missing out. And that instantly brought to mind for me one of my favorite proverbs, and it's an African proverb, and it is, when you pray, move your feet. So yes, pray. Expect that God will open doors for you. Yet take some steps along the way. It's okay if God meets us partway. God doesn't have to do the whole legwork, right? Is that what we expect from Father God, from Mother God, that God does all the work? Or are some of those steps ours to take? Which brings me back into what my business used to be like 5 years ago and whatnot. And I talked about so passionately about imperfect action and taking that imperfect action. And if you fail, so what? You might fail. You might be successful. But on this side of things, before action is even taken, you don't know. You don't know. You'll only know after. So my goal for the rest of November, and hopefully for the rest of my life, but I'll commit to the rest of November. My goal is to pray and move my feet, to take that imperfect action, to not rely on clarity. because I've heard it said that clarity is just this disguised need for control. And if we're fighting for control, then we're not living from this place of faith and trust. So may today you lean further and further into faith and into trust, that you're willing to move your feet and be open to blessings beyond all reason. I wish you a day as beautiful as you. I'd love to know what imperfect action you're planning on taking today or tomorrow or next week or whatever. Let me know. Let me know if I can support you. You can find me on Facebook, Lisa Fried Tea. You can leave me a message wherever you're listening to this, or you can send me an email, friedtealisa@gmail.com. I'll be back again tomorrow with another episode of Before My Morning Coffee. Bye for now.